Matt Sluka was a star quarterback at Holy Cross. Holy Cross is what do they go by FCS now? Is that what it is? FCS? FCS. FCS is the old 1AA, right? If you're old enough to remember what 1AA football is, that's FCS. Okay. So what happened is they're 3-0 on the season. They've been one of the surprises of college football. And today we found out on social media they've lost their quarterback for the season. Okay, Marcus Cromartie is Sluka's NIL representative. He said that Sluka was verbally promised a minimum of $100,000 from UNLV coaches during his recruitment, but none of that money was paid. Cromartie said Sluka was offered $3,000 a month contract by the school and their NIL collective after he enrolled. Marty said Sluka received a $3,000 travel stipend for relocation. Rob Sine, who oversees UNLV's NIL collective, told Yahoo Sports that the collective never agreed to a $100,000 deal with Sluka. Sine, again, who oversees NIL's collective, said Cromartie first introduced himself to UNLV's collective officials in late August, seeking more NIL opportunities for Sluka. I don't know, Sine or Sine said Cromartie is not a licensed agent in the state of Nevada. In Nevada, UNLV said Sluka's representative made financial demands to continue playing, which the university interpreted as a violation of NCAA pay-for-play rules. UNLV does not engage in such activities. UNLV does not engage in such activities. Okay, so what's it all mean? Just a guess was, I don't know what was told to him, what was promised to him. I don't. I do know that the only thing that matters is the collective agreement that you generally sign before you start playing. Remember, he didn't have this NIL representative before he agreed to play at UNLV. This is after he started playing at UNLV. They met him in August, then he blows up, has 3 big games, and now they come in saying, we want more money. Whereas UNLV is like, well, you signed the deal for $3,000 a month. Like, why do we have to pay you more money? Why do we have to pay you more money? Right? If he was promised $100,000 and all he got was a $3,000 a month, first of all, if he was promised $100,000, why did he sign the $3,000 a month deal? Right? Why did he sign the $3,000 a month deal? That's the question. If he was promised $100,000 and all he was getting was $3,000 a month, well, then, don't play. Sit. But that doesn't stand up to the smell test, because the smell test says there's a signed contract. Remember, these NIL deals are, in fact, a signed contract. And you have to, when you meet with the team, right, they have what's called Alston money. That's money that every school has. It's about $3,000 a semester. It's supposed to be like an academic enhancer, but some people just give it to all their student athletes. Right? You also get what's called cost of attendance. In Las Vegas, it's higher. It's the general cost of what it would cost to live on campus and be a regular student. So you get a couple $1,000s a month, and then you get $3,000 from NIL. So he's probably pocketing $6,000, $7,000 a month. He signed a deal for NIL worth $3,000 a month. And my guess is, and it has been reported by some, is that it doesn't matter what his lawyers and representatives, the UNLV people are like, dude, he agreed to the deal, had a couple of very good games. I'm sure somebody called his representative or agent and said, shut it down now so you can redshirt this year and we'll pay you $1 million next year. If he was promised the money, it was agreed to, I don't care if it's verbal, whatever, then it's bullcrap that he didn't get it. But again, I'm thinking logically here, and I want other people to understand how NIL agreements work. Okay, you're not supposed to be able, coaches aren't supposed to be able to negotiate the NIL, especially assistant coaches. You sit with the collective gives you a contract, you sign that contract. If you sign a contract that says you're getting paid $3,000 a month from UNLV's collective, then guess what? You're getting $3,000 a month plus cost of attendance plus Alston money, and that's what you're making. And maybe you can make above that, okay, in some sort of bonus, or if they don't have all of your rights. Depends on what the contract actually, how it actually reads. It feels like, based upon the idea that you signed a contract for $3,000 a month, that somebody came in and tampered, told his agent runner, who's not really an agent in the state of Nevada, hey, shut him down and he can play for us. And that is awful. That is horrendous. That is not the spirit of what anybody would do. If you agreed to a contract for the entirety of the season, then you play for the entirety of that season. Now, what it's going to cause is it's going to cause people to rewrite their contracts and say, again, like, you're not going to get paid. Why should he get paid when he's not going to render services? If you don't show up to work, if you sign a contract to do that job, you have to be at that job. No excuses otherwise. So I understand how it reads. But again, this is a lot of, we've seen a lot of this in other things. We'll get to the Brett Favre thing upcoming as well, right? Where it reads like, man, Brett Favre, he got money and they were stealing it for people who were desperately in need. I got it. But there is nowhere in there that Brett Favre was like, hey, let's take the money from the people that are poor, broken, homeless. Like, do you really think Brett Favre is that guy? I don't. I'd like to think. And there's nothing that says that he is that guy. So I'm not, I know people say, well, you're just team the guy because you're the man. No. I know how this works. When a contract is signed, and an NIL is a signed contract, okay, he had a signed contract. If he was really offered $100,000 and he wasn't getting the $100,000, then guess what he should have done? Never play a game. But that's not the reality. If there's a signed contract for $3,000 a month, then guess how much he was making? $3,000 a month. Don't be fooled, okay, by, I mean, like, look, this is how it always works. It's never the kid. It's always the parent or quasi-wannabe agent. I'm sure we have some NFL stuff to get to, but I love the story that has come out of UNLV. I love it because I call bullshit. That's what this should be called. I call bullshit. So the quarterback of UNLV has had a good start to their season. They're undefeated, and UNLV has been a bad football program for a long time. Okay, the quarterback's name is Matthew Sluka. Sluka was the quarterback of Holy Cross, very talented FCS quarterback, goes to UNLV. They're 3-0. And he's like, hey, I was promised $100,000. They're giving me $3,000 a month. This is bullshit. And I'm going to redshirt this year so I can transfer and then make a lot of money somewhere else. But here's the problem. He signed a contract for $3,000 a month. So I understand it is shitty and looks terrible if, in fact, an assistant coach said he's going to make $100,000. But if you were offered $100,000 and then you end up only getting a contract for $3,000, there's the time in which you go, hey, I'm out, or I'm not playing until this is fixed. But that's not what he's done. He's played, and now he's decided to quit on his team for his own financial gain, which sounds great, but he's got a contract. And I'm going to tell you that what this is going to do is it's going to piss off everybody at UNLV and other people in collectives. Now, next year, collectives can move in-house, we're told. So this would be a lawsuit against the university, not against the collective. But the issue is this. I call bullshit. If he was promised $100,000, why did he sign a contract for $3,000 a month? These two things don't make any sense.